What's up, G-Show Land, and welcome to another episode of the G-Show Podcast. I am G1, and this is the Godzilla Block Party, Coronabeam Virus, Episode 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is getting weird now. This pandemic has spread its tendrils across the United States, gripping the United States and the world in pretty much holy terror. People are frightened. There's a lot of death in Italy right now. China, it's really crazy.
Well, actually, I hear the other day there was the China reported the first consecutive 24 hours without a single new infection.
That's a good thing. But unfortunately, on the flip side to that, Italy is experience mass deaths. It's just freaking crazy. This is the last time we talked to y'all. We were, trying to make light of the situation as best as we could. Well, we've been kind of quarantined here too. So basically, since last Thursday when we recorded Chase and myself, my job shut down. It's nuts. It's nuts. We've been self-quarantining. They haven't imposed a full-scale quarantine yet where they were like, everybody must stay home. It's nothing like that. Just avoiding the large gatherings and, with social distancing. It's just nuts, but that's all right. We're still here to talk Godzilla and stuff. And joining me today, it's been a minute, but he's back. My brother, Games E1. Andrew, what's going on?
Oh, not a heck of a whole lot. Up here in Butte, Montana, there's been one reported case in the county. And you know how the populace gets. All the restaurants have shut down. Fast food joints is drive-through only. But non-food places are still open for business, like gas stations.
Right.
Like my job.
Well, like I said, job security. That's how you got to look at it.
Definitely.
At least the engine room ain't on fire over there. But yeah, it's kind of like that. It's just crazy here in Vegas. They closed all the casinos. You think that Mamamoto came through and destroyed Vegas like in 2014? Everything shut down. It is a ghost town on the Strip. I go out every other day to go and pick up some of the sweet golden juice. You know what I'm talking about? Because I gotta maintain my brain without working. It's very hard to do. Granted, I got nothing but Godzilla movies and Ultraman to buy the time. But even that is getting a little bit tired. So I turned to video games. And I've been playing Dead Space 1 and 2. And then
very nice.
Yeah, man, those games are dope. I swear to God. Honestly, though, in all honesty, I wish there was a thing. I wish those old Godzilla games would be up on the market, whether it be PlayStation or Xbox Marketplace. So just, so we could play Destroy All Monsters Melee, Saves the Earth, and Unleash. Just to, I think it would be fun.
It would be fun, and it would revitalize the game because I guarantee you, if it was on Xbox One backwards compatibility, at least Destroy All Monsters Melee and Save the Earth, because Unleash wasn't on Xbox, then like with Xbox One backwards compatibility, that reopens the online, and I bet you that would revitalize the online Godzilla fighting game community.
It would be crazy. It would be dope. It would be something different. Right now, I started to play Spider-Man all over again. PS4, here we go. Just started this morning, and I plan to go swinging through Manhattan once again.
Oh, yes.
But anyhow, so there's been no developments in terms of Godzilla vs. Kong. There's a slight blurb dropped by one of the actors or actresses, one Isa Gonzalez. I hope I said that right. She plays I forget her name, Santanico Summonard in Dusk Till Dawn. Basically, what's her name? Oh my God, Salma Hayek's character from the movie. She's also in Baby Driver, which I thought was, she was fantastic in that. And she's in a couple of other things that slip my mind right now. But she's going to be in Godzilla vs. Kong, which is cool. And she was talking about it this week, which is also cool because, any bit of news for Godzilla vs. Kong, we like to eat it up. And she basically said that, and I don't take this with a grain of salt. Something about it being woke, or maybe that was just the article saying that. Because that term.
I really hope that Godzilla vs. Kong doesn't get woke, because you know the old saying, get woke, go broke.
We're looking at you, Star Wars, even though you make billions of dollars. And yeah. I hope that's not the case, but she did basically drop some clues and some hints. And it seems like it was regarding two special girls. So, I mean, Mothra twins?
I mean, they were hinted at in King of the Monsters.
They were. Very hard. And I'm totally down for that. I'm totally okay with it. If there is Mothra twins, that just means we're going to see another Mothra, which is, again, cool. Which, again, leads me to believe this is Destroy All Monsters, which is, again, cool. Because the more the merrier in this epic finale, apparently, to the MonsterVerse franchise. And, so what do you think about that? You think that's what she meant?
I mean, I hope that's what she meant. I mean, the girl power aspect has always been an underlying factor when Mothra's involved in any capacity in any movie, especially her solo movies. So it could go that angle, and that wouldn't be like too woke for at least my tastes, because I like the Mothra movies. But I do sincerely hope that it's not Star Wars levels of woke, because oh boy, that is the wrong direction to go in a giant monster movie.
I can't see them going that route. I mean, think about it. What Toho's done in every single one of their Godzilla movies, they've had a solid, if not strong, female character. Sometimes the female characters take front and center, their leads. I mean, you think about it, like, from the very first Godzilla and Emiko, she's the one. Hey, Serizawa, you got something going on here, all the way to freaking the girl from the Godzilla X Mechagodzilla movies. You had two different girls, right? They were different. Yeah, two different. Wait, I'm lying. See, that first one, the second one wasn't a girl. I got him confused. It's Megaguirus, and then the first Mechagodzilla in the 2000s. Strong female characters. Movie based around them.
And even though you don't like it, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS had strong female characters.
They did.
Tokyo SOS.
She wasn't like the lead, like in X Mechagodzilla. Even Yuri in GMK. I love Yuri. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do. She might have made some bonehead decisions every now and then, but at the end of the day, you look at what she was trying to do. She was trying to get the scoop for her company. She loved her company. She wanted it to be more than just, I hate to coin the term, or say this, fake news. You know what I mean? She really wanted to bring something solid to the scene. And, so we've always had a strong female lead in a Godzilla. I think the only time I don't recall seeing a female lead in a Godzilla movie, it was a couple, actually, now that I think about it. It was in the 70s. The first time I want to say is Godzilla's Revenge.
Godzilla's Revenge? It was mostly centered around the kid, though.
Mostly centered around the kid, right? And then Godzilla versus the Smog Monster.
Oh yeah, that you had the female dancer.
The dancer saves the Earth girl, but she really didn't. She didn't play a part at all.
She didn't play much of a part, but she still lived till the end. I can't say the same for the boyfriend.
That's crazy. He was the star of the show. I'm still baffled by that.
And he died.
Like, dude, it's that, and I want to see the first Mechagodzilla movie. I'm watching these movies and I'm like, did they die? Like, good God Almighty, and pardon me, people, but the actor who played Serizawa in 1954's Gojira is what's his name? He's in Mechagodzilla, the first one.
Yeah, he was the
scientist, the doctor. Yeah, did he die in that one? I swear to God, I was like, whoa, why they kill him?
No. He was the one of the few that lived. He was instrumental in getting all of them to escape with his pipe.
Right. I thought for whatever reason at the end that Interpol agent just pops up. Hey, I'm from Interpol. Let's get out of here. Like, what? Where did this guy come from? I don't know. He's Interpol. I thought they died. Anyhow, like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. What else? Megalon did not have a female lead.
Nope.
Unless you count Gigan. Ooh, that's burned. That's all right. I didn't mean that.
Mothra versus Godzilla had the reporter girl.
Mothra versus Godzilla had the reporter girl. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of them, even
Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, the Venusian / Martian girl.
Martian girl, definitely one of the hottest girls in the Godzilla movie. Katsura in Terror of Mechagodzilla. Basically, they've always been some hell all the way up to Shin Godzilla. Whatever her name was, whatever her name was. God, I hate that movie. But the pretty hot one, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Hell, not even her. She's probably the focal point because of, the part she plays. But to me, it was the other one, the smart one that was in the cabinet. You know what I mean? The female in the cabinet. You know what I'm talking about.
The Prime Minister?
Not the Prime Minister. She was one of the scientists. She decoded something early on, or she gave them the idea to start looking in a certain direction. But anyway, her. It's been a while because I haven't watched that movie in like 2 years, so pardon more. Anyhow, so yes, if that's what they're doing, I'm all for it because there really wasn't any solid female lead in 2014. You had
not really. You had Ellen Brody, but she was just kind of like there.
Yeah, she was just there. Fantastic actress, Miss Olsen, but she didn't do anything. Kong Skull Island, you had Brie Larson, and I mean, she shot the Skullcrawler in the eye with a flare gun.
Yes.
And then you had Millie Bobby Brown, Mira Farmiga, in King of the Monsters, and yeah, I mean, Vera Farmiga
Dr. Chen
is bad. Yeah, Dr. Chen, who is the original, apparently, the lineage of the Mothra twins.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't want to see like Millie Bobby Brown and another random kid that she meets hold hands and all of a sudden Mothra's egg hatches and they become super powerful. Maybe they do fusion and they turn into something. I'm rambling. We've been quarantined. I'm going stir crazy. But yeah, so I don't see it being an issue. The woke part though does scare me. I don't want to see Millie Bobby Brown all of a sudden develop telekinetic abilities. Oh, shit! Speaking of telekinetic abilities, the greatest female in the entire Godzilla franchise, Miki Saragusa. I don't care what nobody says. She's the best.
I mean, she's the most frequent. She's the longest running.
She's the best. She's the best. She's the best. She's the best. But yeah, so hopefully that's what they're talking about. That's what I hope they're talking about, and not just
don't turn any of the characters into Ray.
Please, pretty please. Like, yeah. Imagine all of a sudden it's like, 2 months later after the events of King of the Monsters, and like Millie Bobby Brown is like this super scientist now because she gets it from her mama. Come on, bro. I would be so pissed off. But, the screening happened. It didn't seem like anything like that was happening. People seem to enjoy the movie, and so, one can hope, fingers crossed, that they stay away from all that stuff, and what they mean is Mothra twins. And I'm okay. But could you imagine here, real quick, could you imagine that it's actually the Mothra twins, like they're fairies? I mean, I get that they showed the lineage, but what if they just go off the cuff? They already introduced the idea of aliens. At the end of King of the Monsters, if you pay attention to the news articles, they're talking about mechs, and Skull Island. So that's not far-fetched.
We saw the toys.
And yeah, that's spoiler there, in case y'all don't know. There's some things out there. So it's not far-fetched.
Go to that podcast if you want to know what we're talking about.
Exactly. So it's not far-fetched if they're bringing in these, mainstays of the Godzilla franchise. Why not just give us fairies? You know what I mean? Like maybe that's it. Maybe, and if that was the case,
they don't have to be like a foot tall or anything. But they could be like magical beings.
Oh, I got it. The two French girls in the Godzilla comic book that were in tune with Batra.
Yes, like that, or like Mina and Miana from the anime trilogy.
Right, I forgot about that. I can't believe you, after that rant last year, you remember that. I can't believe you remember that.
I remember that. The only reason I still remember them is because my roommate wanted to watch the anime trilogy on Netflix, and I was like, oh, okay, fine.
I hope you got drunk and passed out. A little bit.
I didn't get drunk, but I did pass out.
So I'd be fine with something like that. I really would be. Excuse me. But yeah, so that's that. Now, the real question, though, is, you see, last week we were talking about these movies getting, the last couple of weeks we were talking about these movies getting pushed back. James Bond being the first one, getting pushed to November, cutting right into Godzilla versus Kong's money.
Yeah, Fast and Furious got pushed back till next year.
A whole freaking year. Mulan got pushed back. They didn't even put a release date. They just said indefinitely, which is crazy because you think about it and you say, was that movie even done? I don't know. Was Disney just saying we're going to do it? I don't know. The latest one that got pushed back was Black Widow. I do want to say something right now. Brother Chase, who's not with us today, he had something to do. Last week, we were talking about A Quiet Place 2 coming out. And I said, there's no doubt in my mind it's coming out. And it was supposed to come out tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Because it's too early. I mean, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. It's going to come out. That's how it is. And we ran with that. And then we come to find out a little later that night, about 6 hours before we went to that podcast, they actually said they weren't coming out. We did not see that up until, maybe 10 hours later. But yeah, Brother Chase hit me up. He was like, hey, dude, they did push it back. So I have egg on my face from the last podcast, but I just want to let you know I wiped it off with a glove. Don't touch your face, people. Be careful and wary of the Coronabeam Virus. But yeah, so that got pushed back. Black Widow got pushed back. Like, everything is getting pushed back or delayed indefinitely. So I worry, like, if this thing continues to go, will these movies continue to get pushed back? I mean, think about it. Black Widow don't come out until May, if I'm not mistaken. James Bond didn't come out until April 20th, like a month from now.
Yeah.
And they pushed it back 4 weeks ago, they said we're pushing it back. So it's like, we have these month to 2 month windows that they're pushing movies back. It's a little nerve-wracking. Like, what the hell? Do you think this is going to affect Godzilla vs. Kong come November, or any other movie in the foreseeable future?
I have my reservations. I don't think that this virus will last that long. There is the possibility that it does last that long, and then I don't think Godzilla vs. Kong has any choice but to get pushed back again. But I doubt that the virus will last the summer.
That's what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. But that being said, there's something I've been talking about. I think I even talked about it last week on a podcast, and now it has come to fruition. And that was make these, and my whole thing was for like Toho, if they were going to make another Godzilla movie and do their thing. We had that limited theater release of Shin Godzilla, but it wasn't like across the states. Certain markets had it, certain markets didn't. And my idea was, why can't they VOD that shit day one, and the Godzilla fans will buy it? Like, they'll get it right then and there, have it for X amount of time, and then it's done until it comes out on disc, physical media. And that was something that I was like, championing. That I was like, do that. Like, to me, it makes a lot of sense. Well, now, I mean, that's a reality now.
Yeah, it is a reality. I mean, this more brings up the question on whether or not theaters are even worth going to anymore these days with the event of VOD.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Apparently, and I didn't know this, but apparently Universal or Fox, no, Universal actually tried to do this before. Several years, I forgot what, it was several years ago, maybe a decade. Let's say a decade, because we're in 2020 now. And things are falling apart. But let's say a decade ago, Universal wanted to do this. They had this idea where they were like, hey, we're going to put a movie out, but we're also going to release it day of for, rent for people who can't get to the movies. And they can rent it on whatever streaming services you have the movie for, 24 to 48 hours, whatever the case may be. And then that's it. And people can still go to the theaters. And the theater chains were like, nope. It's bad for the business. It's bad for the theater business. And, they kind of right.
I mean, yeah, it is bad for the theater business because the theaters, here's the thing about the box office. When you buy a movie ticket, only 20% of that profit actually goes towards the movie itself. The rest is in the theater's pocket. And the theaters are fearing that if this VOD thing comes to fruition, which it's going to, we're in the year of our Lord 2020. Come on now. Then theaters would start to decline, just like actual rental places, like Blockbuster, God rest its soul.
Oh yeah.
And they're 100% right. If this starts to become a regular thing with all the movie companies, not only will they do this as a way to get more profit for them, because if you do the VOD, I think the actual movie-making studios get more money out of that anyway than the theaters. Of course, the theaters get no money out of that if you do it that way. Then yeah, it's a total thing to be worried about if you're a theater company. But I still think it'd be great for consumers, especially what with this virus going on right now and you can't go anywhere anyway. Why not put it up for rental for 48 hours so that you can just watch the movie on your big 60-inch screen TV that you may or may not have?
Yep.
It's about as close to the theater experience as you can get at home.
Exactly. And that's what Universal is doing right now. Universal is going to release the Trolls movie, which honestly, I'd have no interest in at all. I've never seen any of them. I could care less. But I love this idea because this is something I've been saying, hey, we should do this. They're going to release that movie the day it comes out, which I think is tomorrow, on VOD. For 48 hours, you can rent it for $20. That's not bad. But also, and this is what I really love, they're going to put out anything they released already this year and whatever their upcoming slate is the same way. So basically tomorrow, what is this? It's March 19th, the 20th. The Invisible Man you will be able to rent The Invisible Man on Amazon, on iTunes, on whatever you rent your movies on. For
Vudu, Movies Anywhere, etc.
For 48 hours for $20. This is genius, because now I get to watch The Invisible Man. I didn't get to go see it. I was upset. I wanted to. And then when they shut down schools, I was like, you know what? I'll just go see The Invisible Man. But then they started doing this crazy thing where they were like cutting the, theater times. And I was like, shit. The movie's been out for about a month. I got to find it now. And now all theaters are closed out here. So yes, I'll pay the $20 to sit down and watch The Invisible Man. I've got a little extra cash just laying around to do something like that. Why not? I'll do it.
I mean, we're all going to have extra cash laying around if that stimulus package gets through.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Which is not a bad thing. Pay your rent and then, buy a Godzilla movie. But, like Godzilla vs. Kong. So I wonder if worst case scenario, this thing is still going on come around November, to be able to see Godzilla vs. Kong in the comfort of my own home, on the day it's supposed to come. Man, are you kidding me? Oh, and hopefully by that time they're just like, all right, look, fuck it, it is what it is. Movie theaters are never coming back. We shut everything down. You can buy it. let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you people. You didn't see the movie, none of that stuff, but as a fan, if that was the case and say you could buy it, I would spend up to $40 buying a 4K digital version of that movie day of. I have no problem with it. Just say, all right, here. Because chances are, I was spending more than that going to the movies anyway. Taking my wife, my kid, getting the popcorn, the soda. You're going in, you're spending $60. So if they want to charge $40-$45 to own day one, here it is. Here it is. Because then I go to the dollar store, if they're still around, I get a bag of popcorn and some soda.
That's still if Warner Brothers decides to go with that platform.
Oh, right. That's
we
what I'm
know
saying.
Universal's doing it, but we don't know if Warner Brothers is going to do it.
Right. I'm just saying if that was the case.
Yes, definitely.
But I think, in all honesty, because I heard Fox was trying to do something similar to that, and then all talks of that got shut down as soon as Disney acquired Fox. Because we all know that the real Lord and Savior is the mouse.
It is. It is. Come on now.
But if this is seriously happening and going on come November, I can't see Warner Brothers not doing it. See, I know a lot of movies, they stop production. Batman stopped production. Jurassic World 3 stopped production. It's this thing is serious. Fast and the Furious got pushed back till next year. That movie's supposed to come out this year. It got pushed back. That needed work. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. A movie like Godzilla vs. Kong, which is supposed to be out for a week already, which is pretty much done, just them having to say, you know what? Yeah, just do it. Just, you can rent it. Or, like I said, worst case scenario, best case scenario, we're able to buy it on digital the day of. And I'm okay with that. I would spend $45 on it.
I mean, movie theaters, yeah, they're a novelty concept, but in this day and age of digital and Blu-rays and all that, like, I think it's almost time.
It's a scary thing, but I agree with you. I agree. This is something George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were talking about a couple years back, more than a couple years back, about a decade or so, where they were saying they saw it. And here's the thing about George Lucas. Say what you want. The man's a futurist. He's like Tony Stark in that regard. The man can see the future. He prepares for things, okay? So to Spielberg, you're not one of the greatest filmmakers of all time if you're not prepared for these type of things. And they said it. They can see the end of the theater. They could see it. It's coming. It's on the horizon. And you know what? Maybe it was a virus that shut it down. Which is scary, because I don't want the theater experience to be over. I do love going to the movies and watching. He's coughing. That wasn't a dry cough, people. Don't worry.
Yeah, there wasn't a dry. It was a wet cough.
It was very wet. It was disgustingly wet. Easy there, Hedora.
Ladies and gentlemen, I smoke cigarettes. That was a smoker's cough.
I can vouch for that. I used to smoke cigarettes for about 20 years. I stopped. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to see theaters go away. I love going to the movie theaters. I love going to see a movie, especially like a big geek movie with a bunch of other geeks and having a fun time. To me, Godzilla vs. Kong should be that fun time you see in the theater. Because it's just two of no pun intended, two of the biggest icons, literally largest icons, going at it on screen for the first time since 1960 some odd. I'm down for that. I want that to happen, and if it can't happen in the theater, so be it. I will totally buy it anyway. But to have that experience in the theater with a bunch of like-minded people, I'm telling you, one of the greatest moments in movie theater history in my time was Freddy versus Jason. That final fucking battle, that theater was rocking back and forth. I mean, literally. People were swaying and going crazy and cheering. And whenever Freddy got a hit in, yeah! Whenever Jason got a hit in, yeah! It was nuts. And I will never, ever forget that experience. You can only get that in the theater. You can't get that at home. You sit there, watch that shit. I sit there when it came out. I was watching it with my wife, Freddy vs. Jason, and Freddy get a hit in, and I go, yeah! And then Jason get a hit in, and crickets. And I'm like, that's where you're supposed to go, yeah. And she's like, why? I don't care. Come on, man. And that's what I'm saying, like with Godzilla versus Kong, to be there with like-minded people and to have that feeling of unified.
Oh, yeah. My theater experience for King of the Monsters was fantastic.
Really?
Oh, yes. A lot of people were into it. Whenever Godzilla, like the Antarctica scene, when Godzilla first showed up, everybody was like, yeah, it's fucking Godzilla!
Oh, man, I wish that was like that over here. I really do. Sometimes I think, growing up in New York and seeing the majority of my movies in New York, I'm a Vegas transplant now, but it's only been a couple years, like 7 years, right? But growing up in New York, man, you had that feeling. You go to a movie theater, and it was that feeling. You go to your local movie theater, the community theater, or you go out, you say, you know what, I'm gonna go to a different movie theater. I'm gonna take a little trip, 45 minutes on the train, I'm gonna go to the theaters over there because it's just a better place. And the experience was still the same. Like, people were there to see the movies and have a good time. Out of the movies over here, I'm in a casino, everybody's gambling. They said, maybe I'll just stop into the movie right quick because, I don't know, Grandma wants to go to the buffet and eat, and I ain't got time for that, but I'll just come in here and watch this Godzilla movie real quick. And it's like, come on, dude, wake up, this Godzilla! No. Nobody.
No, nothing?
Oh, God, it's crazy. Like, me and my brother sitting there like, yeah. Like, but nobody else is, so we literally be like, yeah. Like, we should be cheering and going crazy and throwing popcorn and just everybody just waving their hands all over the fucking place and just having a good old fucking time like Freddy versus Jason. That's what I want. I'm running for president. That's it. That's what I want.
Running for president.
And the only thing I'm running on is I want people to have fun and a good time, once again, in the movie theaters. That's it. That's all I want. Hopefully, the coronavirus don't shut the theaters down forever. And we can get that. But time will tell. Oh, man.
Time will tell, definitely.
But yeah, man, like, as far as any other news goes, there's nothing. It was just, it's been weird, man. This virus, is shutting shit down.
I mean, supposedly those new NECA figures are supposed to come out here soon. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Bio Goji. I don't care how much Chase hates the thing.
Well,
I love that thing.
Here's the deal with that, though. Are they? You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. A lot of shipping is getting delayed to prioritize food shipping.
Right. And this is where it affects, like, facets you didn't think about. A collector, for instance, like you. Now you ain't getting your shit. It's not going to be in Target. It's not going to be in Walmart. It's not, because they're not going to ship it. Even though I can guarantee, if they did ship it, it would absolutely be in Target and Walmart. It'd probably be on the fucking toilet paper shelves because people think it's Chase thinks it's shit. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate because, again, like the collectors, and I did I can't even lie, that Bio Goji figure was dope.
He looks awesome. And even though you don't like the design, I find that Kiryu Goji to be superior to the SH Monster Arts one.
Yeah, okay. Listen. There's no articulation there, so I gotta put a stop to that.
Listen, it doesn't need articulation if it has a better sculpt.
It needs articulation so you can put the middle finger up. But
none of the Godzillas have articulated fingers.
I know. Listen, I was playing Spider-Man. I'm telling you, the Marvel toys used to have dope articulations, like 90 million fucking points of articulation. You can move their fucking fingernails. It was that insane. But I mean, no, I get it. I totally get it. It does look dope. And I mean, fucking NECA, they knocked it out of the park. In my opinion, they did. And unfortunately, the stadiums are empty and the fucking cameras aren't on because nobody's going to be able to go and get this shit because it's not a priority.
It's not a priority.
And this is where the virus, the Coronabeam virus, is taking its toll. And it's so crazy. And I know, look, I'm over here like seemingly crying about a toy. But the fact of the matter is, this is what brings joy to certain people, Maybe not me.
Basically, this and video games is what keeps me from falling into a deep depression.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I mean, like, shit, I got so much shit to do, and that'll depress me if I go do that on this time where I have off. Like, my wife is dying for me to get in the damn garage and start cleaning things out. But you know what's in my garage? You know what's in my garage? About 3 big plastic totes of Godzilla stuff. I go in that garage. I'm not going to clean nothing up. I'm going to go get my Godzilla stuff. I'm going to sit in the garage where she normally parks a car because my wife has to work. She's in the medical field. And I'm going to be playing with my damn toys. I don't give a fuck. I'm 40 years old. I sit there and I'm going to be playing and reenacting some of the greatest Godzilla sequences with my figures. And then she's going to come home. The garage door's going to open. She's got the camera on the back. She backs in. She's going to see me standing there with all my toys. And she's going to run me over. Like this motherfucker here. And she's going to run me over. So I can't go in the garage because that's what's going to happen. So like you, the video games and the Ultraman and the Godzilla movie has been keeping my sanity. And the DC animated stuff, I can't even lie. I've been watching a lot of... I said, I'm paying for this damn service, the DC Nation. I might as well look at all the movies I ain't see yet. And to be honest with you, I've been having a blast. So...
Oh, yeah. DC knocks it out of the park with their animated movies. It's just their live-action movies that are just kind of...
It's true. It's true. And I know this ain't the time, or it's, the topic, but... you want a good Batman trilogy, you go watch Son of Batman, Batman vs. Robin, and then Batman Bad Blood, and I'll tell you, that's some good shit. That's some really good shit. It starts off slow, but it ends on a hardcore note. I will say that. I'm just saying. But yeah, so that's my dilemma, because I totally agree with you. In these uncertain times, for the time being, like, you don't have to worry, because like you said, you still have to work. You still provide a service to people that is not going to go away. That's a dope thing. You know what I mean? The school's closed. I can't go to work. I work at a school. They're shut down for the foreseeable future. I'm fucked. They're talking about it might be done for the year. We can't be done for the year. G1 got bills to pay. Can't be done for the year.
Yeah, right? You can't. Unemployment will run out eventually.
Exactly. And so it's scary. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I can stay home. Listen, I have every single Godzilla movie ever made. Okay? Even the animated trilogy, because I think they're still on Netflix. So I have
still on Netflix.
Got every single Godzilla movie ever made, which is a dope thing, right? I've got all the Gamera movies, except for the last one.
The Brave.
But it's on YouTube. I'm not saying to go do that. I'm not condoning it. But if you ain't seen it...
It's a better version, too, with actual Gamera sounds rather than those stock King Kong roars.
Oh, my God. That's one of the things that turned me off so much from that movie. That and they calling him Toto. Listen, I'm Spanish. I'm Puerto Rican. Toto means something completely different in my culture. Huh? Okay? Just saying. And it means the vajayjay. All right, so that I don't want Gamera to be called a pussy. That's all I'm saying. It pisses me off. I don't care how young he's supposed to be. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's terrible, and I get it. Different cultures, different strokes, different folks, whatever the case may be. I'm rambling. Got nothing else to do. But I've got plenty of stuff. Like I said, got all the Gamera movies, all the Godzilla movies. I got Ultra 7. I went to Best Buy Saturday. I had to get my kid a laptop for school. And I was going to buy a brand new TV, and then the wife was like, "No, we don't need it." And this is again before they came out and said we're staying home. And I was like, "Yeah, but we could totally get a new TV like for upstairs." And I was down. I was ready to go get it. I was like, "I got it. We could do it." She was like, "No," took me out of it. I was mad. I needed an impulse buy. I'm walking past the DVDs, and oh my God, it hit me. Oh shit! Ultra 7 Steelbook was about $5 cheaper than it is on Amazon. I said, give me that. I take it.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. So I paid.
I'd do that.
Yeah, it was like $17 at Best Buy. The Steelbook of Ultra 7. I was like, Steelbook, that's a steal. Give me that shit. So I took it. I already have Return of Ultraman, which I haven't seen. I started watching it again last night. I only watched the first episode. I was like, that's not bad at all. So I've got things to pass the time, but dude, I'm totally down with you, bro. Video games has been the stress reliever.
Oh yes, and I cannot wait. Even though this is still off topic from Godzilla, but still there's not much to talk about with Godzilla, but I can't wait to play some more Doom Eternal, because that game came out a day early, baby!
Yeah, you're lucky. So let me ask you, bro. I've beaten every single Doom game, seriously, with the exception of the last one, which is nuts.
With the exception of 2016 Doom?
Yeah, I never beat it. I was loving it. I was playing it, and I got caught up on, I think I was in hell. I don't remember. But I got caught up in this one spot, and I was like, oh, shit. The same thing happened with Dead Space 2. I got caught up in the gym, and I died, and I kept dying. I had no ammo. I was like, nope, I gave it up. That was in 2011. I know that because the last achievement I got was in 2011. So I was like, oh,
goodness.
Shit. Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, here I am 9 years later playing it, and I beat it, and it was fun. And I passed it, and I'm so fucking happy I did, because I saved ammo. But anyhow, yeah, I didn't beat that Doom 2016 because I got stuck. And that's what happens. I get stuck at certain things, and I'm like, shit, I'm really stuck. I'm not about to restart this whole game. And I was I don't know how far I was, but I was several hours invested. So I was like, I don't want to start from the beginning because I'm stuck here. So, I stopped playing it. When I do get back to it, I'll start from scratch. It don't matter. It'll be a couple years past. But let me ask you, you've been playing Doom Eternal because it came out early. How is it?
Yes. It is pretty fantastic for the most part. The weapon sounds are just as crunchy as ever. The way the demons actually like physically take damage as you shoot them, like you in Doom 2016 when you shot an imp, you saw a little blood spatter, but not much. Not much else in terms of physical damage until you did the glory kill and ripped them apart. That is. But with Doom 2016, when you shoot an imp, its skin literally rips off and it stays off. It stays damaged.
Wow.
It's so cool. It's so visceral. My only gripe, and I told you this before the podcast started, my only gripe so far is visually, it's a little video gamey. It's a little too bright. That maybe it's because I need to change the brightness settings for the game. I don't know. But like things like power-ups, weapons, health, armor, all that, they just kind of glow and float on the ground rather than, laying there as like realistic looking things like in Doom 2016. It's kind of immersion breaking, if I'm being honest. It reminds me that I'm playing a video game and not that I'm actually like the Doom guy raising hell through hell.
Did you just speak in tongues? Because that's what it sounded like.
It was a lot of stuttering.
Oh, okay. Because I could have sworn I saw your chin kind of split open like Shin Godzilla. You had that. I was freaked out just now. I'll be honest with you. I was about to call a priest.
It might start happening if I continue to play this game, because you Lord knows it promotes Satanism.
That's why I stopped playing Dead Space. Not because I beat it and then beat the second one. It's because I was like, you know what? I think I've had enough of the demon shit. Let me play Spider-Man. Because make no mistake, I have Dead Space 3 lined up in the queue, but I can't. I'm going to give it a break so I can play some Spider-Man right now. Like I said at the top of the podcast, if only there was some Godzilla games up on that on the marketplaces, that would be dope. For now, you can play King of Monsters, the SNK classic arcade.
And you could play War of the Monsters on PS4.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yes, you can play War of the Monsters on PS4 for like $5.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. And isn't that Dawn of the Monsters coming out soon? That side-scrolling game?
Uh-huh.
So even though it's not Godzilla, they always have a giant reptilian monster that's close enough.
Right, the Godzilla-like monster.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Goodness gracious, do you think with this Coronabeam virus that if they cancel Comic-Con, would they release the trailer online anyway?
I have to say yes, because I don't think Comic-Con is happening. E3's canceled. Comic-Con is going to follow suit. There's no fucking way. I think anything that any movie studio had lined up is going to be shown.
Yeah, it's just going to be shown on the internet.
Right. And look, I'll tell you what. I think I mentioned this last podcast. I'm not sure. It could have been off air. The people behind the anime Bleach, they did the 20th anniversary thingamabob this week, as a matter of fact. Bleach ended the anime run without a conclusion. The manga, I think, went on and finished. But I'm not 100% on that. I have to speak to my brother because he's a Bleach fanatic. But I know that the anime never finished. So there was this convention happening in Japan where they were going to announce something big. And we all were thinking, oh shit, we're going to finally get the conclusion of Bleach in anime form. Well, then the convention got canceled because of the Coronabeam virus. And mind you, this was happening this week. That convention got canceled about a month ago. So that's crazy. And that was in Japan. So that's crazy. That just goes to show you how serious this is. But what they did, instead of saying, oh, well, the convention's canceled, we can't do nothing. What they did was the creators got together and said, we're going to live stream our announcement on YouTube. And I thought that was fantastic. So they had...
And that's what I hear a lot of game companies are going to be doing. Instead of doing E3, they're going to be doing basically what Nintendo and Sony have been doing with live streaming a direct of sorts.
Right, and I don't understand how Microsoft ain't down with this. You know how much money they're going to save? What is it, like seriously, why would they continue to do E3 if Sony and Nintendo already dropped out? Why spend the money?
I think with the Coronabeam virus... and E3 being canceled this year, this might signal the death of E3.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like the permanent death.
Oof. This is Kaiser Ghidorah getting disintegrated by the super spiral beam in Final Gogeta.
No. We gotta keep on going with the Coronabeam thing. It's Space Godzilla coming down and blasting its Coronabeam at literally everything and shutting everything down.
He really did, though. That Space Godzilla's a son of a bitch.
He is. Evil bastard, he is.
So, yeah, man, with E3 being canceled, I can't see Comic-Con not... And think about it, because Comic-Con, it should be renamed to Germfest. So...
It should. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And no offense to that, because I would love to go to Comic-Con, but let's be for real here.
I've heard so many stories, even before this Coronabeam virus became a thing. I've heard so many stories of people going to Comic-Con and coming back sicker than a dog.
And that's the crazy thing is, come on, people. I know, a lot of us are hanging out in the basement doing things we shouldn't be doing, but wash your fucking hands, god damn it. Jesus Christ.
Take a shower,
dude,
Smash players.
Something, bro. Come on. It's not a knock to anybody. It's just fucking hygiene, bro. It's just hygiene. But anyhow, yeah, so I think Comic-Con is going to be canned. And I would hope that, because there's no doubt in my mind we were going to see the trailer finally this Comic-Con. I would hope that they do it online. They make an announcement, hey, Comic-Con is canceled, but, Warner Brothers still had... And that's the thing, too. What... outside of Godzilla vs. Kong, what they have? They put a hold on the Harry Potter movie. They stopped filming that. There's nothing to show. They would have had a sizzle reel of these movies at Comic-Con. For Comic-Con. Movies that belong at Comic-Con. I'm not talking about West Side Story. That shit don't belong at Comic-Con. Nobody gives a fuck about West Side Story, regardless if it's Steven Spielberg. Who cares? A bunch of people singing and dancing on the west side of New York City. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. We want to see giant monsters beating the fuck out of each other. People want to see, you know,
superheroes doing cool shit.
yes, and wizards with wands and fantastical creatures. That's what they want to see. Hell, maybe they want to see Neo flying around in the fucking Matrix again. They don't want to see West Side Story. So Comic-Con, what else did Warner Brothers have that is like Godzilla vs. Kong complete, where they can show it? Wonder Woman 84. Even that should have had a trailer already. Where the fuck is that new shit? That movie's supposed to come out this summer. You can't wait for Comic-Con for that.
Can't, no.
And they haven't even made an announcement yet. So these are scary things, scary times. Again, and for geeks and just movie buffs in general. You can stay home. You play video games like we're doing. That's fine. You know? Read a lot of comic books. You can catch up on some comic books. TV shows you might have missed. Like I said, I've got Ultra 7 and Ultraman, Return of Ultraman.
I bet you this Coronabeam virus has done wonders for Netflix.
Hey, before I got shut down at school, I watched Castlevania, and I recommend that shit to everybody right now.
Yes, this recent season was so good.
So good. I was blown away by it. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Netflix, you did it again. It was way better than the Ultraman Netflix animated show. I'll tell you that, because I had watched Ultraman the week before I put Castlevania on.
Yeah, it's Ultraman, not Iron Man. Come on.
Exactly. It was terrible. Made me so sick. Terrible. Ugh. Disgusting. But, so Comic-Con, we'll see you hopefully next year. E3, rest in peace. And hopefully Godzilla vs. Kong still comes out in November. Hopefully by July, this thing has run its course and everybody's back to normal, and, you know, people going back to work and just living life without a care in the world. Because right now it's scary. It really is. It really is. For the sake of, you know, the elderly, your grandparents, maybe something, you know, I have older parents. My parents are in their 60s. For the sake of all of them, it's like, seriously practice what they're saying. Like, don't go out if you don't have to, you know? There's plenty of places online. If you have the internet, you're watching this right now. You might have the internet. There's plenty of places online where you can watch things and do things. Stay home with your video games. Pick something up you haven't played for a long time and play. I mean, like I said, I'm playing Spider-Man. That's like a 13 to 15-hour campaign. Maybe longer.
I've been playing nothing but the old Doom games in order to psych myself up for Eternal. So
see, yeah, there's so much things you can do instead of getting people sick and spreading this shit, because basically we gotta whatever, flatten the curve. I just want to make sure that come November, I'm able to sit in a motherfucking movie theater with a bunch of motherfucking geeks like me and go crazy when Godzilla beats the motherfucking shit out of King fucking Kong. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this episode of the G Show podcast.
Or vice versa.
Shut up. Why are you even on this podcast with your negativity? No, but for real, brother, thank you for joining us today. A very hard podcast.
Yeah. Didn't have much to talk about, but we made it work.
As always, that's what you have to do. You just got to make it work, all right? So, thank you, my brother, for being here. And
of course.
Thank y'all for hanging out. If y'all stuck around with us for this long, I hope you got a kick out of some of the antics and some of the stupid shit that flies out of our mouths. We appreciate it. I do. I seriously do. And again, stay safe. Stay indoors. And
stay clean.
Yeah, I was about to say, wash your hands. But yes, so that'll do it for this episode of the G Show Podcast. I am G1, and we are out of here. Peace.